Hi, it's Ken Ham, President of Answers in Genesis Creation Museum, and the Ark Encounter have a really special interview for you today. You're going to meet some really special people and probably learn something that you didn't know before about a country that I'd never heard of before called Burundi. Burundi. Anyway, we're going to learn about that here. I'm in the gift store, actually, of the Ark Encounter. And so we're underneath the Ark right here, and we're in the gift store, and we're in our fair trade section. We actually use fair trade to support missions around the world and support disadvantaged people. But I'm going to introduce you to one of our staff who's going to tell you more about that, and then we're going to meet some people who actually live in Burundi. Okay, so Stephanie Townsend, you look after obtaining all the crafts and some other items here in our gift store. Tell us a little bit about the fair trade items.
Okay. So I'm the buyer for Fair Trade and Handmade, and we buy from over 50 vendors around the world. So Guatemala, Nicaragua, Africa, all over the world. So we're helping mission groups primarily who are helping women, mostly women, disadvantaged women who are now sewing and creating crafts for us to sell in the gift shop.
So we sell these items, but it enables mission organizations to employ people in other countries who are disadvantaged, economically disadvantaged in other ways. And so has this been a big support to these mission organizations?
It really has. And you're about to hear a story from some vendors from Amahoro, Burundi, which is in Burundi, Africa. It's a teeny tiny country, right? In the middle of...
Between DRC, Tanzania, Rwanda, and it has the Lake Tanganyika.
Okay.
So between Tanzania, Rwanda,
and DRC Congo. Congo.
So little tiny landlocked country.
So how many people live in that country?
We have about 11 million now.
Excuse me. I think it's a light. Did you know I have photo something or other reflex? When light hits my eyes, it can make me sneeze. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Look it up on the internet. It's actually photogenic. Oh no, not photogenic.
Not photogenic.
Photo reflex. Anyway, all right. So
this is Everest and Goretti.
Okay.
They are from Burundi, Africa. They work with a mission. Well, they started a mission group called Amahoro, Burundi.
Yes.
Okay. So again, how many people did you say live there? I missed that.
We have now about 11 million people.
So it's about 11 million in this tiny country.
Yes.
How would it compare in size, say, to one of the states in America?
You have a state with the smallest. I don't know how you call it.
Rhode Island?
That's the most.
It's about the size of Rhode Island.
About the same size, yes.
It has 11 million people.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's
over there right near the Congo.
Yes, it's in the eastern part of Congo, and it's a landlocked country.
Landlocked country.
Yes.
So you have a mission there, so you speak to people about Christianity?
Yes, we actually have a Mahoro, which is peace, and this Mahoro is a Christian initiative that my wife and I thought about and prayed, and now we are helping marginalized women in Burundi who are not able to help themselves.
Oh, okay. So if when you do that and they send the crafts over here, and we sell them here, has that helped you employ some extra people?
Yeah, it has helped us a lot because before, 2 years ago, we had nowhere to sell our products. Now, since we have this Ark and we are selling our products behind here, we thank God because the women now have hope and they have regained their dignity because at this moment they are able to feed their children, to educate their children, and they are no longer selling their bodies to live. So they sell their products at Mahoro. Then they have a market here. So
how many women can you employ now?
And actually we have about 16 women and 4 men. And
how many was that again?
20.
20
women.
Yeah, 20. Yes, 4 men who are actually stitching on behalf of their wives because they have maybe pregnancies and they can't make it, and some have broke their backs. Their back, so they can't come to stitch. So that's what we have.
And so you're able to help these people.
Yes, we are helping.
That is absolutely incredible. So this is your wife?
This is my wife, and she's the president, the founder. I'm just serving her. She's the boss.
Okay. And what language do you speak?
We speak Kirundi.
Kirundi.
Kirundi. Yes.
Okay, what's that related to? Sort of.
It's related to Swahili.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's related to Swahili.
Okay. So you speak really good English.
No, I try.
Yeah.
I try 11 languages. So
It doesn't have an Australian accent, but you know.
Well, maybe the accent is not.
So, and what's your wife's name?
Goretti.
Goretti.
Yeah,
Okay. And she doesn't speak as much English as you.
I know, but she can speak in Kirundi.
Oh, she can.
Oh yeah.
So you could ask her a question for me. Why did she get into this ministry?
Tell us the story of how you started on the
Yeah,
Horo.
ngene byatanga mu mahoro. Ntukore.
ingana byatanguye mu mahoro twari impunzi muri Kenya.
We were refugees in Kenya.
Okay. So you're the translator, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Barayivuga.
Imana iduhamagara ko dukwiye
That
gutaha mu
God
gihugu
called us to
cyacu.
go back home and help our nation.
Imana yaduhaye amajambo yo muri Yeremiya
So God gave us Jeremiah 29:11 that He will be with us, He will protect us.
rero twahisemo gutaha.
So
Byari
we
byoroshye,
decided to go back home. It was not easy
kubera intambara yari
because
ikihari
they were still fighting. That was 2000.
ariko kubera ko Imana yatubwiye gutaha byabaye ngombwa
But
ko
because
dutaha.
God told us to go back home, we obeyed Him and we decided to go back home.
nta kintu twari
We
dufise
had nothing.
twashikiye mu nzu idafise idirisha
We just rented, when we arrived home, we have a small room without any windows,
hari hashushe cyane
very hot weather.
niyo twashobora kuriha kuko nta
That's what we
mahera
could
twari
afford,
dufise,
because
kuko
we had
twari
nothing.
duhungutse.
We were just refugees from Kenya.
ariko kubera ko Imana yadutumye
Because
byabaye
we were on
ngombwa
mission
ko
from a divine mission from God,
ntangura kurondera abantu tubana b'abakenyezi
so we went around our neighborhood where we lived, and she spoke about peace from God,
cyane cyane abo mu bwoko butandukanye
especially women from different tribes,
kuko nari nkeneye ko babana
because the goal was to reconcile them, bring them together,
hama kandi nkababwira ijambo ry'Imana
so that I could
bagakira.
share about Christ and they get saved.
nagiye ndabikora gutyo
So I went there in the neighborhood.
ariko mu nyuma bambwira ikibazo bati gukizwa ni iki
Now they said these Hutu Tutsi tribes. They said, now what is salvation? What's it all about? Some of them.
narababwiye ibyo Imana ikora
Then I told them about the love of God,
kandi ko Imana ihindura ibintu n'abantu
that God can change people and transform people.
rero maze kubabwira gukizwa
So when I told them about salvation,
bambwiye bati tuzobaho
they
gute
said, now how are we going to live? Because we are really selling our bodies and we are living like that.
nari mfise imashini imwe
I had a stitching machine, just one, Tredo.
naciye ndabafasha dutangura kwiga
So I
imashini
taught them how to stitch slowly, step by step.
ntavyo bari bazi
They had no idea about it.
ariko Imana yaradufashije bariga gushona
So
barabimenya.
God really helped us, and they learned how to stitch, and then now they know.
Imana kubera ko yari yaradutumye ko tugomba kuvuga ubutumwa
Because we had a mission to preach the word of God in Burundi, and message of reconciliation.
ibi bintu dushona nivyo byatumye dushobora kubwira abantu ubutumwa
So
benshi
these products helped us preach Christ,
kandi byadufashije no kugaburira abandi bantu bashonje
and we were able to feed so many families. We were able to feed many families.
ku mugoroba twagenda kurondera abandi bagore badandaza
So in the evenings, we could go around to see other women who have some products, some crafts as well.
hari abantu badandaza imibiri
Oh, okay, women who sell their bodies in the
twagenda
evenings.
dushoye ibyo babandi
So
bari
we
muhira
could take
bashonye
the product, the crafts you have, to the places where women are coming to wait for expatriates or tourists to sell their bodies. So now we took our products there.
twari dufise intumbero zibiri
So our goal was
kurondera amahera yo kugaburira ba bagore bakizwa
to get money so that we can be able to feed the people who are saved,
no kurondera abandi bahari nabo ngo bakizwe
and then tell the gospel to all the other women around that place where
kandi
hawkers
Imana
are.
yarabikoze
So God helped us.
baradushorera bafise amahera
Some bought our products,
ariko natwe tukavuga ubutumwa tubwira ba bagore bagurisha imibiri
but our goal was to reach those other women who are not saved.
twarahakuye abagore barenga batanu
We have 5 women. We got 5 women from that group of women who are selling their bodies.
nabo nyene turabajana
We
turabandanya
train them.
gushona. Mu bisanzwe n'urugendo rurerure
It's a long
cyane
story anyway.
ariko Imana yaradufashije abagore bagiye bakura kandi benshi bagiye bakizwa
We thank God many women are now discipled, and they have accepted Christ, and they know how to stitch, and they stitch and they sell now their crafts, not their bodies.
ubu abagore babayeho neza
They live
kuva
well now.
tumaze kuronka
Now they have a very, they're living a very good life now because we have this customer, which is the ark.
Well, that is really special. You know what amazes me? You're in this little country, and you have this ministry. So how did we even find out about you? Stephanie, you want to tell us
A
that?
random Google search.
A random, there's nothing random in
No,
God's providence,
that's
right?
right.
And
Exactly.
God's sovereignty, there's
That's
nothing
right.
random.
So
okay?
they had been praying for years. They
Yeah,
had
yes,
the
yes,
crafts, and Kristen Boone, who's here with them from North Carolina, she was selling them at craft shows and things like that, but not very many. And I searched on Google for fair trade stuffed animals. And Amahoro is one of the first ones that popped up. So they had been praying for a way to sell their crafts, and then God brought them to me that
God
way.
answered that prayer through a
Google.
Google search.
Through a Google
Yes,
search, yeah.
yes.
So what some people use for evil, God uses
That's
for good, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
tell them, we were talking earlier today, and they were talking about the small things, how God uses the weak things of the world. And this here, this is the bunny. So these are the bunnies that they stitch, and they have baby bunnies. And this is what I bought originally. So this is a little weak thing that God has used for the kingdom.
And now, so all these crafts are from the women that you employ?
Yes. All of these crafts are from the women.
And we sold quite a few here at the Ark.
Yes.
turashima imana ko imana itugirira neza
We thank God for His goodness.
icyo wiyumvira ko kidafise akamaro nicyo
What we think is
kivamo.
meaningless becomes meaningful in the sight of God.
iyo dushona utu tuntu
When we handcraft these things, when we stitch them, we work on them,
abantu benshi babibona nk'ibintu bidafise
many
ikimazi.
people laugh at us and say, "What are you doing?"
ariko turashima imana ko ibi bishobora kugaburira abagore
But we thank God because this can feed many families, many children.
ubu mu mahoro dufise abagore bashika amajana abiri
Around 200 members now, people in the Mahoro is in general, although from those 20 families, but their children and people they have in their
So it
homes,
feeds
around
about 200 people.
about 200.
And that's because of the sales here at the
Yeah,
Ark.
yes.
bagaburirwa n'ibi bintu bidafise akamaro
So they get
abantu benshi
food
bavuga ko bidafise
from
akamaro
this, which people say this is almost nothing.
rero twege tuvuga tuti imana ica inzira ahatagira
So we say,
inzira
God, make a way where there seems to be no way.
Right.
rero turashima imana kubona turi ngaha
So we thank God for this opportunity to be part of the Ark.
kuba iminsi tumaze dukoranye na ake barashoboye
Just for the
kudufasha
2
cyane.
years with the Ark, we have incredible impact in the community.
uyu munsi abagore barigisha abana
They have now their families have their children to school. They take their children to school.
hariho batatu bamaze kuronka aho baba
3 have their small homes. They build their small land. They build small houses.
rero turashima imana ku bwa ake
So we thank God for the Ark.
Well, that is so special. And, you know, for people here to understand that here are a couple who are reaching people for Christ in a country you probably never heard of, tiny little country, and because of these crafts, and because Stephanie found them on Google, and first of all found Kristen, do you want to come over here and just say hi? Hi. So you were selling some of their crafts over here. How did you even get to find out about them?
I met Goretti. She was in the United States in 2008 with touring the country with another organization. And I just fell in love with her and her mission and what she was trying to accomplish. And so I decided to see what I could do to help her.
And then Stephanie found you online.
She did.
And
She
now
did.
it's increased the number of crafts being sold over here. And it feeds a lot of people, sends them to
Exactly.
school, and gets these women out of bondage to selling their bodies and so
Right.
on.
Right.
And makes a big difference in their lives, and more people get to hear the gospel. You know, there are people that have so much in this country, and yet to hear how much of an impact just crafts like this can have in feeding people is very touching, a very, very touching story. And I appreciate you sharing that with us. And we have other mission organisations too with the fair trade. But the fair trade here is very, very popular, and that's the reason we have it. We want to have a mission emphasis, and we want a purpose for all these gifts, and that is to support these families in other parts of the world. So there you are, Burundi, is that?
Burundi.
Burundi.
Yes.
Burundi?
Burundi.
Okay, I want to get that right. Oh, there we are, up here. Okay, Burundi. There we are. All right, and what was the language you speak again?
Kirundi.
Kirundi.
Yes.
Burundi, Kirundi.
Yeah.
And today is Wednesday.
Today?
Today or Tuesday. What is today? That's Wednesday. Yeah. That's my Australian accent.
All right.
Well, thank you for sharing, and God bless you in your ministry over there. And what do you think of the ark, by the way?
It's incredible. We could not believe the size of this huge boat. And we said, it gives me hope because now I'm in the ark. So, and you remember those who are in the ark were redeemed.
Right.
They're rescued. So I have hope of heaven. This is a sign for me and for my wife that this is very important. Wibaza iki kuri iki kizu?
ake nibaza ko yaje kubw'amahoro i Burundi.
For her, it's for Amahoro Burundi, even if there are other people interested in the ark, but it was for Amahoro, purposely for Amahoro. That's why. Because we prayed so that we can have a place where we can sell our products. Has been a long time praying.
So she sees it as an answer to prayer.
Yes, to prayer.
So that people can be supported.
Yes, yeah.
You can reach more people.
Yes. Because Amahoro normally is about discipleship. These people who come are from different backgrounds, and we take them and we have Bible study in the morning, and they have prayer time in the evening before they go home.
Yeah.
And that's an everyday activity. So that has changed their hearts without even preaching, but showing Christ in action. So it gives hope to them.
Well, that is really special. Hey, you know what? I think this would be a great video to get others to watch and get your children to watch, because I think it's good to meet people from a different country, people from a very poor country who are ministering to people there who can do so much with so little, when over here we have so much in many ways. And so we really appreciate what you're doing and the fine crafts. Can people buy online? Actually, from the Ark, they have to buy here at the gift store. What about you, Kristen?
AmahoroBurundi.org. And it's
Okay, so there it is. AMAHORO Burundi
BURUNDI.org.
.org. And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get our social media team to pin the link for that at the top here in the comments, and hopefully they're listening. They should be. So they're going to pin the link for that .org, and they can actually buy them online there, and then they can get them here at the gift store. Any other questions there, Maria? Because I encourage people to go online and to get those, and then when people come to the Ark, they get them, because it all has a missions purpose and to help those dear people that you're witnessing to and taking the gospel to there. So
Thank you for the ark, the idea, the vision, because...
Well, the idea was God's.
Oh, yes, it is God.
And he gave the vision to Noah.
Noah, so we thank God for Noah now, who made this life, because it was for most of us, it was like a myth.
Right.
But now it's real. We can at least see how it looked like. And this...
It makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, sure.
And you-
I was saying about the whole timeline, how this is very interesting. I was reading the Bible, but now I read some of the things on the wall in the office. So I said, this is too much. Now clarifying all my questions and my bad understanding of the Bible. So thank you for making this real.
And so how are you supported as missionaries?
These missionaries?
You.
How?
For instance, how do you get your support, or do you...
Oh my goodness! Normally we started with $100 US, which my wife got as a pocket money from UNHCR going back home. So we are trying to use what we have locally and use it for the purpose of helping other people around. And normally we are supporting local missionaries in our country to preach Christ in different ways on our local context. So good enough, people have food, because we could spend 2 days without food. Now they can eat at least once a meal a day, and this is supporting also. And we have many people coming at our home in our ministry and what we do. I'm normally a minister, so...
So you're a minister?
Yes.
So you have a church there?
Yes.
And your church supports you in doing what you're doing too?
Normally it's different.
It's different? They don't do that?
No, it's not like the churches are here.
Really?
Because when you're a pastor there, you have to support the church. It's
really?
The other way around.
Yeah, it's the other way around.
When you're a pastor, you have to support the people. So there is a big difference.
So life must be tough for you guys at times too?
Very difficult, but we thank God for the ark, because now it's making a difference even in our home. and you can be able to support different.
And you can help feed people and
Yes,
so on.
yes.
Well, that is really great. Okay. Okay, they want close up some of the products. So maybe Kristen or Stephanie, do you want to show them some of the products?
So this is a zippered pencil pouch. It's a fish, and its mouth opens. You can stick your pencils
okay.
in it. I think you need one of those for your grandkids.
Yeah, I do. Put it in my
Yeah,
pocket.
there you go.
One is it's like when she was think about this. When you start, it's just like a belt.
It's like a bell.
Then turns into a small bag. So as you walk in the shop,
That's very clever.
yeah. So she designed this. Thought
So
about
who
it.
designed it?
Yeah, my
you
wife
designed it?
designed it. And,
That's very clever.
yeah, so it was a good thing. I like it even.
So here is what
Oh,
started
neat.
it all.
This is
These
what
are the
started all the
bunnies.
bunnies.
So this is the mom bunny. They're dressed
very
in
cute.
African clothes. Where do you get this fabric? From Congo? From Congo.
So the fabric comes from the
Fabric
Congo.
comes from the Congo.
Okay.
And then we've got little baby bunnies.
Okay.
And then we have a new product coming out. They just brought it.
But this
don't
one,
think-
batik,
yeah.
she does the batik. She knows how to
Oh, okay.
do the
So
batik.
you did this fabric yourself?
Yeah,
Okay. So batik,
So these are all handmade,
batik
right?
is a,
Yes.
is a
Batik,
resist.
that's the
It's a
batik.
fabric resist. So it's wax.
Yeah.
Right?
It was
Wax.
white. It was white.
Okay. So
Then
this whole thing was white.
Yeah, she made it.
And you did all. Wow, that is.
And then hand stitch. They
Very
how many
talented.
sewing machines do you have now?
Now we have 10 machines.
10 machines.
So they started with one.
Okay.
Did you hear they said
And that one
not,
was our
not
wedding
an
gift.
electric, a tread,
These are tread.
a treadle.
I remember
right?
my grandmother used to use
That's
one
right.
of
Yeah,
those.
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what they
yeah.
started out with.
So, and what else we have up here?
We've got. Oh, you show them the giraffes.
The giraffe
Got
up,
some
up here.
giraffes and some elephants. Elephants are a top seller at the
Oh,
art.
are they?
Any kind of elephant.
Any kind of
yeah.
elephant.
So these are also an African prints and the giraffe. Let's see. Oh, these. These are really popular. These are little tiny backpacks for kids. An owl, all hand sewn. You can see how much work goes into making one of these.
That was phenomenal.
yeah. We
And
got
so,
bags.
so the sale of these all goes to help these people and to feed them and send their kids to school. These their resources too. Their crafts, all these bags.
Different bags, different styles.
And so everything is unique. So when we get new shipments in, that'll all be different,
Everything's
right?
different, and that's what I tell people. If you see something you like, you should get it because
Because
you
you
may
won't see it,
never
yeah.
see it again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you design these? You design them all? God's given you a gift, that's for sure. So,
And we have lots more products that they just brought. A big,
Oh, really?
They packed a big SUV full of Amahora products. So
oh really? Then
Come
you're
to the
going to put
Ark.
them out soon. Come to the Ark and you see all those. And then you can go to the website too, because we just want to see people support what you're doing as a mission. And so whether they buy it through the website, through Kristen, she's from North Carolina, right?
Yep.
And so she very much loves the fair trade material. And then you can get it here at the Ark. So there we are. Hey, good to meet you guys. And thank you for spending time with us. You enjoy the rest of your time over here in the Ark. And thanks, Stephanie, for coming in. And this has been really unique. I encourage you to maybe get others you know to watch this so that your kids can hear these two people and what they're doing for the Lord in a country you've probably never heard of, and how they do so much with so little, but how fair trade items here at the Ark help them tremendously. So with that, we're going to sign off from the Ark and come visit. There's thousands of people here today. You should look down here. You can see all the people walking down through the gift store, and bus tours coming from all over the place. Lots of bus tours. In fact, some of them was just telling me that they were on a bus tour from St. Louis, and there's a number of, these are not church tours, these are secular tours, and they were looking at a number of them, and they were all the ones to the Ark were booked out. They said it was hard to get any to the Ark because they were booked out. That's how popular it is. So there we are. And they come here and they hear the gospel too, which is really great. So with that, we'll sign off here from the Ark.